let's get into it. Nickelodeon first started in 1979. It used to be Pinwheel.
First children's channel.
Yeah.
Okay, the first children's channel. Just remember that whenever they go into the Disney part about it.
Right.
The first children's
Not a
channel.
lashing this early.
And what, in 1979, what do you think kids were watching before 1979?
They weren't. They were
People
just playing
land
with
on
a
the
wheel.
moon. Probably they were watching
Yeah.
the moon landing.
Yeah.
That's not kids' entertainment.
No, they couldn't. They would have to go to bed.
Whipping up an entire narrative out of nothing. An entire
nothing for
land
the
on the moon
children.
There was
narrative.
nothing for children, okay? All
There
the adults were
wasn't.
doing drugs and having fun, free love.
What happened
There
to
was
Little House on the
cults.
Prairie?
And nobody watched
No.
that. That
Well,
wasn't exciting.
And that is actually my biggest style inspo is Little House on the
Really?
Prairie. Yeah, it is.
Okay, get through
Okay,
it. Let's
so
go.
anyway.
My bad.
Yes.
Nickelodeon
And then-
comes around. Nickelodeon, the name comes from these little tiny theaters that they would have in front of stores where you would pay a nickel to watch a little cartoon or a little movie. So that's where they adapted the name from. Nickelodeon was born in 1979. And they're
then
very,
It really started to kind of take off, obviously, like in the 90s. That's whenever we have it literally is called the golden age of television. I'm not sure if you heard what I just said. The golden age of television.
Yeah.
And it was literally like the shows that Nickelodeon was cranking out. This is a hard list for me because whenever every show that I see, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I can't because we've got Doug, we've got Rugrats, we've got Ren and Stimpy, we've got Rocko's Modern Life, we've got All Real Monsters, we got Hey Arnold, like
We got Double Dare.
we got Double Dare, Salute Your Shorts, the Adventures of Pete and Pete, two brothers named Pete, both have red hair.
Not Danny Tamborelli.
Okay, we got Clarissa explains it all.
We gotta just let her go till
we've
she
got-
runs out.
we've
You know
got
what I mean?
all
We gotta
that.
let her
We've got
just
the
go
Amanda
until
Show.
she
We've
loses
got Keenan
steam.
and Kel. We've got like these are shows.
All that.
Every single time I say like every single
Yeah.
show that I just said, and I know sometimes I'm on here, I'm on this show, and sometimes I'm talking about like, yeah, I love that. I'm sort of lying. This is not a lie. I am sorry, Doug. Dear Journal. Okay.
Yeah.
Doug
Patty
had a
mayonnaise.
journal. Doug had a journal.
We'll get into all that.
Doug impression.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
we'll
what's
get
the
into all of
Doug
that.
impression?
Dear
But
Journal.
you know what? Basically, what we're saying is kids were invisible before Nickelodeon, okay? We found a place for children to feel alive. It revolutionized the way children watch TV, the way we bought products. It really just helped capitalism
Well,
come
and-
along a little bit, but that's kind of the negative parts. We'll get to that.
And I didn't even, I mentioned all of those like early shows, but then of course, like, you SpongeBob SquarePants comes from Nickelodeon, which is one of the most, I think, influential children's shows of all time.
And yeah, kids didn't have references
have
in that
this.
same way. They didn't have a place where it was like just for them, like made for kids, by kids, with kids. I mean, there was no kid execs, but they were in the shows. You get what I mean? And yeah, a whole generation was created because of Nickelodeon.
You know what?
Okay.
Yes, it's one of those things where, you know, whenever people say like, oh, I think I am known as like a very like millennial kind of I'm very millennial coded. And most of that is because of like the Nickelodeon. Like my favorite comedic inspiration of all time is the Maha from the Amanda Show.
Nah,
yeah.
I am literally Maha
That
is
is
my
so
greatest.
That's so specific.
And the I like eggs from the Amanda Show
Yeah.
in the girls' room, and there was one character that just said, I like eggs. That's
Yeah.
literally like every comedy that I do. Like my comedy today is literally, and people always say, oh wow, Alyssa is like Maha.
You guys, Amanda
Alyssa thinks that that's like a
Amanda
compliment.
Bynes gave her soul. We sucked her soul out.
Not
Yeah.
sucked her.
We
soul.
did. We sucked
Anyway,
her
sorry.
soul.
Okay, so
Are
we'll
y'all
let
done?
you
Are y'all
guys
done?
go. Yeah,
Okay.
for
And then
now.
there was
obviously-
Nickelodeon, and then Disney enters the room.
Okay.